Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Courageous Curiosity Podcast. My name is Ben Mainka, the superintendent here in Novi Community School District, and today's a super fun episode because we're talking about a tradition that exists in almost every community across the United States of America, and that is homecoming. And this is homecoming week. And we're going to be talking a lot about this tradition and why this tradition exists and why it's important and all of those types of things. So super excited to be joined by four of our incredible high school students who are deeply involved in the homecoming traditions. They all play a particular role and a part. And I always say the cool thing about high school, particularly these events on a Friday, is you might think, well, it's a football game, and it is a football game, but we also have dance and pom and cheer, and we even have our students in robotics, and we have students who are in student activities who are organizing other events, and we have the school store, and so there's all of these different things that are going on, which is great. Because it's an opportunity for people to showcase their talents and be involved in something, and it's just awesome. So we not only have a parade and things that I know we'll talk about a little bit, but lots of exciting things happening this week in terms of spirit and so on and so forth. So what I'd love to do is have an opportunity to learn about our guests on the show today, have them introduce themselves a little bit, and talk just a little bit about what they do here at the school. So we'll start on the end here with you, Kareena.
I'm Kareena. I am a senior this year at Novi High School, and I am in the marching band. So I have been a part of the marching band for 4 years, and I play the alto saxophone.
Now, the alto saxophone, describe the difference between saxophones.
So there are different types of saxophones. We have the alto saxophone, which is not a small saxophone, but it's the medium size that most people start off with.
Okay.
And then there's like the tenor saxophone, and then there's the bari saxophone. So that's like the biggest saxophone.
Yeah, I usually see is the baritone sax the one that's a little lower, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's lower.
All right. Cool. All right. Great to have you. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm currently on the varsity pom team, and I also won homecoming queen last year, which is pretty cool.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, moving over here.
Hi, I'm Alayna. I'm on the varsity cheer team, and I'm a junior, and I'm also a part of student council on the executive board.
Okay, great to have you. And so student council, you have a role to play in planning some of the events and festivities for this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for being with us.
My name is Johnny, and I play football here. I'm a senior.
All right, and what position do you play?
I play quarterback.
We've all seen you. I just want to make sure for people watching, they know this is the quarterback of the football team. And so each of you obviously play a role. I'd love for you to talk a little bit about some of the things that each of your groups do. So we're talking band, we've got pom, cheer, football. Maybe just take a second and describe some of the preparation that goes into this week for each of your respective activities. So yeah, we'll start.
So what we do for the band is that before or right after 6th hour ends, the band will march down the hall. So this is like a big thing where all of us are like blasting on our instruments, and all the students line up outside and they're just cheering us on. So we'll do that as a way to kind of start the night off, or like start the weekend off, because we have homecoming on Saturday. So it's a good way to get students excited about the pep rally and get students excited about the weekend to come. And after that, we also, our biggest thing is with that, we march the homecoming parade. So last year we played the tune Sweet Caroline, which was a little bit different, but it was more upbeat, and a lot of people were able to enjoy that. So we were able to do that for during the homecoming parade, and then during halftime we do our halftime performance as well.
Sweet Caroline's a classic.
Yeah.
Are you liking your show this year?
Yes,
so far?
I think this show is probably my favorite over the past 4 that I've done.
There's a lot of really cool movement, and do you think when you're marching down the hallways and you have all of your like friends and peers that are in the school coming out to cheer, does that kind of amp you up to play like even more? Or is that like an exciting adrenaline rush?
For sure. It is definitely exciting being able to play in front of all your friends. Sometimes your friends will think it's funny because you're marching down your down the halls with your instrument, but I just think it's really fun because it's not something that you do every single day.
For sure. That's really cool. What does the cheer team have in store, and what do they have to do to prep for this week?
So basically all summer we like work on like our pep rally routine and our homecoming routine. So we like start learning like the routine like when tryouts happen, and then we like over the summer like consistently build, and then we like finally add on the music, and then we like run the full outs like every practice.
Okay. So this week, are there any like new stunts or anything that you're going to throw in that's going to be like a surprise or something different than what you've done so far?
Yeah, we like add on new stunts like every week so that we can like keep making the routine better by the time pep rally and homecoming come.
So it's like a gradual build each week. You really get, add more complexity to the routine.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really cool. All right. So we obviously know there's a football game coming. So is this just another week at practice? I mean, is this just like one game a week where, we're taking it one game at a time? Or do you guys have anything different that you do this particular week?
I mean, we really just treat it kind of similar to like a normal week. I mean, you can't really look too far ahead. I mean, you only practice 4 days a week, so you need as much preparation as you can get. I mean, like it's going to be a lot more pressure because there's more people attending. There's alumni coming to the game, but practice is all the same. I mean, it's kind of in the back of everyone's head that it's homecoming, but no one really says like it's going to be more pressure.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things in sports. You always have that kind of cliche. You never want to look ahead or look past an opponent. We're playing Salem this week, so obviously you're prepping and practice and probably watching film and things like that. But do you think that there's an element of maybe something that you don't say, but because there's going to be a bigger group, and maybe because there's some of your teammates from last year or previous classmates that are coming back, is that give you something in the back of your head that you're just thinking like, I really want to show up for them and like impress them as well?
I mean, definitely, because I mean, they've seen me like previous years, and you just know you've gotten better, and you kind of want to display it for them, just so like, I mean, they can see how good you've gotten, and kind of just put that out there.
Yeah, and make everybody proud, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of the product that they're seeing, which is really cool. And certainly another huge component of our event and celebration that occurs on Friday night is going to be the POM group. So talk a little bit about what you guys do in preparation for this.
Yeah, so we actually do a lot of performing in homecoming week. Like, for example, we do the pep rally, we do the We Will Rock You routine that we do every year, and we also do the guy-girl routine, which this year we're doing with the soccer team.
Oh, that's cool. So tell me about that more.
So for We Will Rock You, I mean, everyone knows what that is, obviously, and it's just really fun to be a part of. We do, like, the graduation years with our POMs, and then we make, like, the big finish with dropping onto the turf into the graduation year. And it's really nice to be a part of. It's really nice to see, too, because I remember before I went on varsity, I saw that routine in real life, and I was just like, I don't know, it was like really intimidating. It was really cool to watch. And being a part of it now, it's just like a whole different perspective, and it's just really fun and really exciting to be a part of.
That's really cool. And there's also a thing at the pep rally this week, if I'm not mistaken, where you actually have the staff have to learn how to dance a little bit. Is that a thing that happens at the rally?
Yeah, that's actually with the dance team. It's
Okay.
like the student staff routine.
And they actually perform like some sort of a routine with the dance team, right? Which I know is different than POM, but just another group of students that are doing some different things. So I'm wondering how your view as students has changed. I mean, when you were a kid, right, you thought about the parade and who's going to throw candy and I'm going to stand on the side and do those types of things. Now you are kind of center stage, all four of you, in this performance, in this production, in this event. How has your view changed over time, and does it take on a different level of significance? Anybody can answer.
Well, so last year I won Homecoming Queen, and it was a really exciting experience because, like, I don't really get to dress up every day and then riding in a convertible unless they're, like, bougie like that.
Yeah, it's very bougie.
Yeah,
People get on the nice cars.
Yeah, but I also got to, like, connect with the community and, like, especially the little kids. Like, I got to throw candy at them, and it was, like, really exciting. Like, I saw my teachers from 7th grade that I haven't seen in years, so it was really exciting, yeah.
That's awesome. Anybody else? Your view changed or your experience of this week?
I definitely never realized like how hard it was to like put together. I kind of like overlooked it, but like now being a part of student council and like really planning everything, like it just like shows how like hard it is, but like it does pay off like in the end.
Yeah, I was also gonna say like similar to the homecoming parade, we also marched like the Memorial Day parade, and for that there was also a lot of people, and you can see like all the little kids like lining up, and they get so excited when they see like a different instrument that they might not see. They're like, oh, like what's that? Like what's that person
Sure.
playing? And similar to the homecoming parade, there are so many little kids that are watching like high school students, be a part of pom and cheer and band and all of that, and they're like, oh, like that could be me. So it's almost like showing them like that could be their future if they wanted to.
It's almost in a way, because so much of the community comes out and so many younger students come out, it's a way of almost recruiting, right, for future musicians or future players if they're coming to watch, or future pommers or cheer team, whatever, they're watching that. And a lot of the parade, right, there's the robotics team will be out there, so there's going to be so many different activity groups that are represented, which means that young people are going to see, oh, I want to be, because they idolize you guys. They think you're, like superhuman or something, which you are. But I mean, to them, it's just, it's like, wow, and you probably remember what that was like. I don't know, Johnny, do you remember going to like youth night and watching the varsity football team play and thinking, man, maybe someday I'll be able to do that?
I mean, yeah, it's part of the Bobcats team, which is kind of like our youth program that leads up to Novi High School. And then I also kind of remember like Taste Fest and Homecoming. And those are like the big events when you're a kid, because, I mean, lots of people, lots of stuff to do. It's not just the football game. I mean, a lot of people put in a lot of like work to kind of surround the football game, which is kind of the main event. But, I mean, it's a lot of pressure going from knowing like I watched these games, I've watched like these people, to now like I'm the person and we're the people like playing at this big stage.
Yeah, for sure. So kind of a similar question, and I'm throwing this out to any of you. I think there's, some people who would say, it's just a huge, charade, and it's just too much work. And, some people it's just a lot of, they don't really care for it. And then for some people, it's like, this is a really essential part of building community. And I'm interested in your perspective. Like, do you think that this is an important thing for a community to put together to build, a sense of family and so on and so forth? Why or why not? So do any of you have a perspective on the importance of this particular event in this week?
I was just going to say, at the end of the day, like, it is worth it. Like, I think we do what we do for the excitement for other people. Like, we have energy from, like, the people on the stands. Like, for instance, like, we had Taste Fest recently, and there were so many people at Taste Fest, and that's, like, what riled us up, and that's what motivated us at the end of the day. So we're working hard during the summers and practicing football and band and all of that for moments, like, leading up to homecoming, because we just thrive off of the energy of our audience.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I kind of see homecoming as a way for like a stress reliever, because everyone's back from summer and everyone's overwhelmed about the workload and like the amount of school stress we have. And like I kind of see homecoming as a way to set that all aside and just like reunite as a school. And it's just, it's very fun. And honestly,
that's a really great point. So it's almost like, we had this relaxing summer, then we come back, we're trying to get in the routine. Oh my goodness, I've got classes now and all of your schedules change. And this is kind of like, okay, we're in school. Now it's our opportunity to kind of have fun, remember why we're here. And that's a great perspective. Either of you two have anything, your perspective on that?
I think that like homecoming definitely brings like everybody together, because like without homecoming, like we wouldn't really like all work together. Like I feel like a lot of components of like the school like work together to make it happen. So like I feel like it definitely adds to like the school's community.
Yeah.
I just see it kind of as an opportunity. Like, I mean, how many chances do you get as a community to bring that many people together?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't really think you can name a bigger one that would just bring people together besides parades and stuff like this, where as a community you can all come together, and there's plenty of different things that you can look forward to, whether it's the halftime performances, the cheer, the pom, the football. I mean, everyone can unite.
Yeah, that's a great perspective, and I think that you're right. In our community, there's a lot of people in a condensed amount of space, and this is one of those events where everybody can kind of say, hey, we're all kind of one big Novi family, right? And it's an opportunity, I think, for even people who don't have children in the school. They want to come see what you all are doing. Even if they're senior citizens, they're a member of our community, and right, they're coming to see those things as well as the alumni and everything else. So I think it's just an amazing event, and I know how hard all of you are working on it. To kind of close, one of the questions I would just like to ask each of you is, if you could pinpoint like your favorite thing, moment, experience for this week, whether it's a particular day, because there's a bunch of spirit days, right, that are going on, but if you could just kind of name and pinpoint your one thing that you think is your favorite experience as we kind of close up and wrap up today. So Johnny, we'll start with you.
Probably kind of like moments before the football, kind of leading up, warming up. I mean, that's kind of when you get the most excited. I mean, you can't pay attention all of Friday during school. It's hard to pay attention because, I mean, you're focused on one thing. But moments before, I mean, you get all the jitters out. You're not nervous. You're just kind of like with your friends, with your guys, just going to go out and have fun. So I think that's my favorite part.
It's awesome. The anticipation of it. It's great.
My favorite part's definitely pep rally because, like, the adrenaline you get, like, all day before performing in front of, like, the whole student body. And, like, your work, like, finally pays off that you've, like, worked so hard for all summer and you finally get to, like, show the student body, like, what you have done.
And it's loud in there.
Yeah.
It's loud in there. So I'm excited to see you guys do that too. So, yep.
Yeah, so my favorite part of homecoming would definitely be the homecoming parade because I had quite a unique experience last year with like winning homecoming queen and stuff. And like I said, like connecting with the community and like connecting with the little kids because, you know, like they look up to you, you know. So it's really nice to see like you make a big impact and a big influence, and it's all really just an exciting experience.
That's awesome.
I was gonna say similar to Johnny, like my favorite part is like moments like before like we play or we like perform our show on the field. It's like we all give each other fist bumps. We're all like riling each other up, and then once you get on the field, you just hear how loud the audience is cheering for you, and ultimately that's what motivates you the most to perform.
And you have to be dialed in because there's so many eyes on you. So cannot thank the four of you enough. This is an awesome time of year. I love this week, and just an opportunity for us to get excited about our school and each other and all of the talented people that are working together to pull off such an incredible feat. Thank you all for watching this episode, and I hope that you all come out on Friday night to watch us beat Salem. That's our goal here, right? And the other thing I wanted to let you all know is that in 2 weeks, our episode is going to be about civil debate. And so it's going to be a little heavier than this topic. We're going to be talking about what happened to civil debate at the water cooler or dinner table. And so stay tuned. You'll sure to be interested probably in some of our guests that we have coming on that show. Hope all of you have a wonderful week and stay curious.